Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Sally. I'm Nikita Denton. I am Robbie's speech language pathologist here at Campton Elementary. This is Mr. Turner. He is not only our chairperson for the meeting, but he is also our principal. So here's a copy of your parental rights. This is just stating that we can't do anything without your permission. We've asked you guys to come in today to discuss Robbie's progress with his speech and language goals. He's been doing really, really well. He has language and some speech sound goals. He's been producing his S sound and his Z sound with about 60 to 65% accuracy. He's been doing his TH sound with about 50% accuracy. And he's been doing his forming grammatically correct sentences and answering WH questions with about 70% accuracy. So yeah, that's not exactly right there at mastery goal or mastery percentage, which is usually about 80. So he's close. And I know that he is getting services 6 times a month, so I get him an average about 2 times a week for 30 minutes, and I usually get him with a group of his peers. And I pull him into my room instead of going into the classroom just because I feel like it's not as much of a distraction. We're able to just focus just on these goals. So as far as his new goals, they're still the same. We're still going to be doing the TH sound, the R sound in all positions of words. We're going to be forming grammatically correct sentences, answering WH and comprehension questions, and we're also going to be answering like pragmatic questions in social situations. So like if I was to stop at a sidewalk, should I just go straight on across the road, or do I need to look both ways before crossing the street? Something like that. Or somebody comes and says, I don't like your hair. What should I do in that situation? Stuff like that to kind of help with the social communication. Or if they came up to me and said, I like your hair, what should I say in that? So he does have some modifications. I'll be available every week for his teachers to give me any kind of progress or any kind of strategies that they use for eliciting some skills. He'll be able to have oral prompts and step-by-step instructions, simplification, repetitions. He gets report cards with me as well as his general ed teacher. I'll send them out every 9 weeks with his progress, so you don't have to wait a whole year to hear about his progress unless you reach out to me. So I'm aware that he has the ADHD and the autism, and he's able to get some accommodations for state testing. So he'll get some paraphrasing, scribes, a reader, and extended time and a half. So he's 7, so he's close to that state testing. And since usually I know with autism, has he been actually diagnosed with autism? He's been assessed with it. Okay, that's great. So yeah, instead of the speech and language impairment, he needs to have the autism eligibility on there. So we'll make sure that that's gone on there and taken care of. And I know he's due next year for reevaluation. So that just means every 3 years I have to reeval him and make sure that he's still eligible for speech and language services, and that's everybody. Everybody in special ed does every 3 years. So today I'm going to have you sign this consent form. This just shows that I'm going to be doing all these assessments before his due date next year. So I'll do an expressive and receptive language test. I'll do a speech sound production test. I will do an oral mechanism test. I'll just look in his mouth, make sure that there's nothing physically wrong there that might cause him to elicit some sounds differently, and that's not the cause of his speech errors. I will do behavior observation, we'll do vision screening, and we will do a parent teacher survey. So I usually have the teachers kind of write down some comments that they see, and then I also do a scale. It's a KEG scale, and it kind of tells me, if it's a mild, moderate, severe, what kind of severity of their disorder. So if you sign this is just consent that I can test him. And then this is his meeting notice. This is just saying that you came in today for, the meeting, and that we discussed this about a week ago. And then this one is our conference summary. This is stating, that we talked about getting consent to test. We talked about his progress and any kind of concerns that you had, which today you did not. So we'll all sign this. It's in the meeting today. And then this is his Medicaid form. If you could sign this, this is just stating that even if you don't have Medicaid, if he does or he doesn't, we like to keep a copy down at the board office just to make sure in case anything throughout the year changes. And also, it doesn't have anything to do with your benefits if you go out to the doctor or dental or anything like that. But I will ask you, if you do decide to get him any kind of outpatient services with speech, just let me know, so that way I don't pull him on those same days, because then legally there is some kind of something that goes on where I can't do that, and we can't pull the same day. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Contact me up here at the school, or you can email me, and we will change up his IEP if need be, and we'll just amend it, and you'll have a new IEP. But here is your copy of his new IEP that we've just discussed, so you guys can have it for your records and you can look back on. But yeah, Robbie's a really sweet boy, and I really enjoy having him, and he's, like I said, doing wonderful. All right, if you guys don't have any questions, I'll let you guys get out of here and enjoy this really pretty day. Good talking to you. Thank you.